It's been about 9 months ago since Jason Kamisma from Haggerty put out this really exceptional video discussing the history of the Land Cruiser 250 and how Toyota got it so wrong. But did they? Are Toyota fanboys not buying this model, and did they really screw it up? Hey, it's Tim, Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk. Let's discuss this Land Cruiser, let's discuss sales, and see if they really did mess this up. The first point of contention with this Land Cruiser is going to be right here. It's going to be in the powertrain. This is a turbocharged engine with a 2.4 liter, and it has a hybrid setup. You can tell that by the orange cables. 326 horsepower, 465 pound-feet of torque, mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. The concern here is about reliability. A lot of people feel that turbochargers and hybrid equal reliability concerns. They would rather have seen a V6 like an Lexus GX or the old V8 in these. They feel like the Land Cruiser is one of those vehicles that's first brought to the marketplace in new markets to prove Toyota's reliability. And they feel like the powertrain in this is not something they wanted to see. The other point of contention is the hybrid battery sits back here. And so you have this kind of goofy looking step up in your cargo area versus, say, the GX that doesn't have that and has a V6. The Lexus GX is a very similar vehicle to this Toyota Land Cruiser. Now you do have some towing capacity at 6,000 pounds. Again, the GX tows a little bit better. I've towed them both with the V6. I don't think Toyota or Lexus mind if you buy either vehicle. My point of contention is the connections for towing are down here next to the exhaust, basically forcing you to turn off the vehicle when you hook up your towing cables. Now this is on the same platform as that GX and Sequoia, Tundra, and 4Runner. So they're using similar construction for suspension and frame as those other vehicles. I have a lot of the same off-road capability like crawl control, multi-terrain select, some same suspension setup. I have these 20-inch alloy wheels as an option on this. I have a rear bumper guard as an option on this as well. And I have a two-tone paint color up there with that white on this smoky blue exterior color that I kind of like. Because, well, if you follow this channel at all, you know I'm a sucker for blue. Now this is the Land Cruiser trim with the premium package, JBL 14 speaker sound system with subwoofer and amp. I have illuminated entry there, lighting at night. I have a driver's seat with some leather trim, powered and memory. You can see my set buttons right there. Payload on this, I have 1,100 pounds of payload. And then I have a little step rail to get in. Inside the cabin, I have the full-time four-wheel drive system, center and locking rear differentials. I have the cool box, which is handy when off-roading, have a nice cold drink. The wireless charger. I have traffic jam assist with Drive Connect subscription services. Heads-up display. I have a digital rearview mirror. Power moonroof with sunshade. And I can use my phone as a key with a 1-year subscription to Remote Connect. In the rear seats, this is a 2-row. And then I have that same brown exterior here and the nice seating back here as well. I have temperature controls there USBs down there, and pretty ample amount of seating, plus some good grab handles here. Interestingly enough, I have JBL here on these speakers, but I've been noticing I don't have them on the big one up here. I don't know, nerdy thing, important thing, probably not, just interesting thing. Another point of contention with the Land Cruiser is in the doors. This doesn't really mean anything because manufacturers can make this dip sound differently, but it's how the doors shut. Does it feel like a solid shut, or does it feel like it's a twangy kind of hollow shut? Like I said, manufacturers can adjust that and put materials around it so it sounds like more of a thud, but it is interesting when you hear people in the comments talk about this, whether or not they feel like they're getting a well-built vehicle for their money, depending how the door sounds when it shuts. Things I'm a big fan of is having more power in the bed with 2400 watts of power, which means you can actually plug stuff in and run stuff off of that. Most times they give you like 1200 watts of power or less, which you can barely run air compressors on. One of the things this Land Cruiser has that Toyota fans love is it has the capability that they've been building up to over the last couple of years with a lot of really cool technology. And it's going to be in these control set here. You almost feel like you're the pilot of an off-road like rocket ship is what it looks like. This thing is such a capable machine. And so here, let's go through these. So I have a mode select button controller here. So if I turn this dial here, I can control just basic driving things. We see this different brands now: sport, normal, eco modes. These controls like the engine response, throttle response, steering, braking, just some basic things as far as everyday driving. Then I have multi-terrain select, and if I press that button, this is more for off-road. So I have like auto, dirt, sand, mud, and deep snow. What's great with this is if you go to like the mud, it'll set the vehicle will set itself up for you. It's just a driving aid. It'll turn off like the pre-collision braking system, the traction control. It's going to set you up for success. And so you don't have to use those features. It just sets you up for success. It saves you the hassle turning everything off. It's right there. It's easy to use. Then we have downhill assist control, DAC. If I press that button, I can use that in 4 high. Again, Land Cruiser comes full-time four-wheel drive. I have four-wheel drive high and low four-wheel drive. And so when I'm going down a climb, you can see the flashing dial there. If I'm going down a climb, it will help me go down that climb without getting out of control. So I'm going to go down this climb. Now, if I really am in a spot where I'm going down a major cliff, or I'm going up a major cliff, climb, and I need some more assistance, then I'm going to turn on crawl control. Crawl control is great for a couple reasons. So I go back to neutral. I go down to 4 low. I'm going to engage those low gear set. This way I don't overheat the transmission. It's like a 10 speed. I'm changing this whole gear set around. I'm going to go into crawl control when I go back into drive. Go into crawl control, and we'll see a couple things. We're going to see this screen change. So I have low to high. I have 5 different settings for crawl control. And then I can set those here as far as the speed I want to go. And I can change, it pulls up the cameras immediately so I can see my tires so I don't go off the side of a cliff or something going up the hill. And I can take my foot off the gas and it'll start moving me forward, and it's going to control the speed. And look at everything that's turned off, flashing at me. So that way I'm just navigating the truck up the speed. I can press this. I can use my gas pedal and help it when I want to, but I can just sit back and just cruise up the incline. It's off-road cruise control. And then what's cool is I can use it in reverse as well. And in reverse, it'll move the mirrors down for me, and it will move the camera back for me. This is really nice if you get in a sticky situation and you want to go down safely without worrying about, oh my God, look at the mirrors, looking here, looking there, looking there, looking there, controlling the speed. You just got to sit back, look in the mirrors, and then just navigate as the truck calmly walks down the hill. And it, again, controls the brakes and the gas, and does it in a very quiet manner. When they made changes I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago when I was up testing, like Tacoma, I think it was, they made changes, and it's crazy how quiet these systems are now. And then if I want even more control, I can turn on my center locker or rear locker and really control the torque that goes to the tires. That way I have more control of the vehicle as far as sending torque to different tires for less wheel slippage. So I really can control a lot of things around this vehicle and really be navigating any terrain I want, and even some terrain that maybe are beyond my skill set, which makes people mad, but I can do these things comfortably and really explore more in probably a safer manner than I would, let's just put it in 4 high, guys, and go for it or something. You know, and now I have the gear to be doing it in a safe manner and to be able to do it in an area that I won't get in big trouble with. Now, yes, you still need to have practice. You still need to have some safety courses. You still need to build confidence in these systems. But that's how those systems work. And I just find, I think a lot of people don't use 4 low enough in driving situations that maybe they should. It is a great system. Crawl control is really a great option. And I've used it a lot off-roading over the years. And I love it as far as how it works. And I'm seeing more and more brands adopt systems like that, copying off kind of what Toyota has done over the last, 20, 30 years probably? Okay, so what's the deal with this 250 series Land Cruiser? Is it really all that bad? Well, I got a 4-cylinder. I tow 6,000 pounds. It doesn't drive as well as Lexus GX. Doesn't have the V6 of it. Yeah, it's not as good as the Lexus. You don't get the same dealership experience. I get all that. When I first drove them back to back, I had the same response that Jason had. I thought the GX was a lot better. But the funny thing is, Toyota sold more of these Land Cruisers in the first year of 2024 than they did the prior 10 years of the prior generation Land Cruiser in the United States, the 200 series. Frankly, the 200 series had gotten too big, too bulky, and was difficult to use on a lot of off-road trails, even with the trail turn assist button built into it where I held one tire and allowed you to get around turns. It just was a really big vehicle, and I drove it every year for probably 6-7 years, and towards the end I was like, again with this thing? The V8 was thirsty, it felt like it was sluggish compared to the new powertrains coming out that had become hybrids and turbocharged. I understand those who don't like hybrids and turbocharged engines. They do think they're unreliable. Okay, all right, I'm not gonna argue that point anymore, because frankly, I'm just tired of it. When we look at statistics, statistically, the hybrids and turbos, you know what? They hold up pretty well. I know. That's not what you want to hear. I'm okay with that, because those are the studies I get in my inbox consistently from outlets that do studies on reliability. That's what it is. So I'm looking at this thinking, so I have a vehicle that more power, more fuel efficient, 23 miles per gallon, lighter, smaller, looks more like the Land Cruisers I see overseas, and fits in my garage better. I don't know. I think it's a good winner for them. Price point's a lot better. I think it's about $30,000 less than the prior generation 200 series. But I understand the loyalists from Toyota will always like the prior generation better. There's a funny saying that some Toyota fans have told me lately, that Toyota fans always like the last generation engine and vehicle when the new vehicle comes out. It's just the way it is. But I think consumers look at this and it's got the blockiness to it. It reminds me of the FJ Cruiser a little bit. It looks like more of a Bronco, Ford Bronco competitor, you know, that has come out and really got a lot of sales lately. So I can see why Toyota has sold so many in the first year. I thought it was weird when it first came out because it came out at the same time as the 4Runner, and I was trying to figure out why you release 2 vehicles at once. But now I get it, because they can. But you know what you can do? You can watch other videos up over here, website down below as well, pickuptrucktalk.com. As always, thanks for watching. I will see you down the road.